He's like, I didn't realize the hourglass figure was gonna make an appearance. Wait, you guys came into us. I thought you were making a move. Yo, that's disrespectful. It's been 4 years. Will anyone care? The Skeleton Knight Season 2, Episode 1 is actually here. I hope to be proven wrong, but I think no one will give a shit but me and 3 people and a monkey. But you can prove me wrong. Like, comment, subscribe. Show me that enthusiasm. We can come back to YouTube for more, but either way, full live reactions over on Patreon, because we're going to be watching Peak no matter what over there. Yeah, we're going to need to kill this son of a bitch. Just some big-ass skeleton who just... He fights for justice, man. Yo, he fucking Team Rocketed his ass. And that, my friends, was all too... Is that his new, like, fucking mantra? Just say it's your religion to not eat in front of people. That'd work. Just because you're different doesn't mean we gotta treat you any different than we would a human, right? Not a racist bone in these two's body. Love to see it. Yo, he's like, oh man, I haven't had one of these in a hot minute. Woo! My old bones deserve this. If I didn't have to be, like, more safe about what thumbnails were, like, thumbnails, I would just put that on a fucking thumbnail for YouTube. It'd fucking sell like hotcakes. Low enough lighting. Kind of passes. That's all I'm gonna say. Okay, we're gonna have to keep the hood on. We're gonna have to keep the hood on. Looks like bro's about to experience what the casting couch feels like. Couldn't happen to a better scumbag, let's be real. Can we adopt this dog, man? I'm kind of fucking with it. Oh, right in the nads again. And that, my friends, was all too... Please tell me... I don't think he did that in Season 1. Please tell me he does that every episode in Season 2. Listen, if you're new around the channel, there's 2 things in life that are true that I believe in. 1, we have to support good anime. 2, we have to support good ramparts. Thankfully, this show is both. Now, Skeleton Knight, it's been gone for a little bit. And I'll be real, I remember a good amount of Season 1, but of course, I'm fuzzy on details too. We watch way too much shit over here, okay? Thankfully, I get paid to watch anime, but even then, I still think of myself as not having enough of a life. At the end of the day, though, this show immediately reminded me why I like this show so much, and why when I saw Season 2 on Live Chart, I said, oh fuck yeah, we're in. Shows like this, or Reincarnated as a Sword, you think it's going to be that generic slop that you don't really give a shit about, but no, there was something special. And the big reason was the man himself arc. This guy is a fucking cinnamon roll. He is a skeleton who just wants to break a curse so he can be human again. Because all he is bones. And he builds a party that is fucking fun, it's sexy, it's badass. And the fact that just immediately you get reminded why he's not your average run-of-the-mill isekai character. Because he can go through the most hellish bullshit and be like, see, friends, this shit was easy peasy. And they're like, what the fuck are you talking about, Ark? Like, you're not right. The guy has every right to just focus, go gun-ho. I want to be cured so I can actually have a physical body again that isn't just bones. And he'll stop and go in the opposite direction to help a lady cross the street. He'll stop slave traders from selling women. He's just a genuinely good guy who is completely unproblematic, and you just want to root for and support. And his companions are all fucking fun too. When you get introduced to characters that we actually kicked in the balls in Season 1, we not only kick them in the balls again in Season 2 for doing very bad things, it's just, it rewards good and it punishes bad. Like, that is this show in a nutshell. And I'm not saying I don't like it when you have problematic characters or morally complex stories, but not every story needs to be that. The same way not every story needs to be wholesome, fun, a hero you want to support, and you just travel the world kicking ass, taking names, and having a boy you want to root for as you punish people like this. Sometimes characters need to be kicked in the balls, and I'm very happy that this show isn't afraid to continue to do so. And to be honest, the way they returned this by just reminding you immediately how cool and funny and wholesome Ark is, and then immediately introducing people who were, like, imitating them. One was cross-dressing, one was, you know, fitting into the armor pretty well, but obviously human skin, he doesn't show human skin because he's nothing but bone, is a really funny story arc to kickstart Season 2. Because most people are going to be jumping into this having not watched it for 4 years like myself. Yeah, some people will rewatch, some people will watch it for the first time, but it's really funny, like, reintroducing yourself to this world and character cast and being like, okay, I kind of remember this, and then immediately getting whiplash when you see the imposters just being absolute horrible scum. My one hope is that the little pupper we can adopt. So it dressed up as our pupper, and it was just, I don't know, it was a very, very cute idea for a story. And I mean, at the end of the day, this show I remember being pleasantly surprised with, and honestly, it had a decent following when season 2 released. Granted, there wasn't as many like, oh my god, you need to talk about it shows in that season, so it definitely helped. I don't think people will give too much of a shit. They'll be like, oh yeah, yeah, this is a fun show. But yeah, not every episode has a story arc necessarily needing to be discussed, right? It is, in a way, kind of like an isekai slice of life. Like, there are story arcs and there's character motivations, but yeah, a lot of the times it's just watching the episodic adventures of Ark and Pals. But I think it's fun. And if I see enough popularity, enough demand for the show, we can probably rotate it. Because there's a good handful of shows that air, especially on Saturday, that probably don't have viewership for a weekly upload on YouTube, but if we come back every other week, give or take, I think I can see something like this succeeding. But it will all depend on the enthusiasm. I think this show's fun as fuck. Minimum, I had to get up here and say, hey, I have to remind you what, peak entertainment in terms of Isekai looks like. Because, yeah, Skeleton Knight in Another World, while I think that sounds like a fun title, I understand why people might hear a title like that and say, it's just generic slop of the season. No. Very great MC you want to support. Fun adventure. Great supporting cast. And in general, it's a simple goal, but it's a goal we would all have the same opinion of. Like, yeah, I want to become human again so I can enjoy food in peace and, potentially not have to keep this very hot armor on 24/7, right? Either way, I thought it was a fun return. Like, is this isekai masterpiece? No. I mean, for some people, if they really like it in terms of an entertainment point of view, yeah, they might be like, oh my god, like, this is some of the most fun. This show, reincarnated as a sword, these types of shows that, you might kind of raise an eyebrow at when you're first starting to watch it, but it's like, yeah, if you give me a season 2 of them, which, they're getting all, very happy camper. But you can let me know what you thought of season 2, episode 1. Did you immediately hook back into this one like myself? You got different feelings? And hey, of course, do you want more content on YouTube for this one? Do let me know in the comment section below. Make sure you leave that like, though, show your support, subscribe, ring that bell if you haven't already. But yes, Patreon full live reactions will exist no matter what over there for this season. Because even if people don't fuck with it on YouTube, I don't go with what people tell me. I go with what I think is enjoyable, and this is very enjoyable. If you're already over on my Patreon, I'll give you a video shout out too, because my patrons are what make attempts like these on YouTube even possible. So today we got Tyron, Simon Lau, Mark Green, GreedX23, Neil Vickers, Jenny Stiegel, Number One Simp, Matt Barker, Mario Jacob, and Zachary Barnett. So I appreciate the support, everyone. Please take care, and y'all have a good one.